by beginning of November, they will be out of the blacklisting.
Now, President Ruto is one of the most humble people, and he grew up as a village boy, so I understand his sentiments towards the people and why he wants to make things much cheaper for them and loans much more accessible for them. However, as the president, you cannot make decisions based on emotion, and you must make them based on economic data and evidence. And as much as I understand where he's coming from and what he's trying to do, this is one area of his manifesto that I completely disagree with. Reason number one, reducing the interest rate other than the forces of demand and supply in a free market economy is nothing short of the interest rate capping that was introduced in September of 2016 and Uhuru Kenyatta had to remove in 2019 due to its epic failure. This is because the loans will artificially get cheaper than what the market is allowing for. This means that the lenders, which in this case are Safaricom, are less likely to want to give out the loans, and more people will go out trying to get more loans. In the process, it will cause a shortage of the money supply for in the long term to make the loans far more expensive. Reason number two, which is far more dangerous to us, when the international community sees we're making policies based on sentiment and not on free market economics, they will become skeptical as they can see this long-run picture as mentioned in problem number one. Now, what this does is it reduces their foreign direct investment, their ability to want to invest in our economy as they lose faith in us. Now, our country is financed heavily on debt. If you want to check out more about my analysis on that, tag to the video is above. But long story short, if we want to reduce this debt crisis, we rely heavily on foreign investment as it will bring dollars into our country. These dollars will let us import at a much cheaper and much more competitive rate and hence reduce the burden on our economy. So now when people see a clip from Nation Media where Ruto says he wants to go and reduce the interest rate, it's going to reduce their confidence as they wait to see how it plays out, and they'll adopt a wait and see attitude to see how this plays out before making any investment, which will reduce our dollar reserve and make us less likely to clear our debt, which is what William Ruto wanted in the first place, showing that this policy has the potential to go against everything that he stands for as a president. Point number three, by removing people off the blacklisting, the lender, in this case Safaricom, is unable to see who is more worthy for loans, as it's a measure of judging one person against the other. Now, when people in this country borrow, they fall into three categories. Those who borrow with the intention to pay back properly. Those who borrow with the intention not to pay but end up paying slowly. But then there are those in our community who borrow without an intent to ever pay back the amount. Like, for example, I know some people, I don't want to mention their names around me, who carry 4 Safaricom SIMs with them, such that if they're receiving M-Pesa, they'll receive it on one line that is not in Fuliza, such that they don't have to pay back the loan. Now, by removing this blacklisting, the banker, or in this case Safaricom, is unable to see which person in our community is worth lending to as they're less risky and they'll pay us back, and those who are likely to default. And in the process, Safaricom becomes less likely to want to give out loans, and therefore in the long run making it far more expensive than the current rates that are even there. This system of credit scoring helps people know this person is worth giving my money to and this one is not. By taking away that data from the lender, it makes their job significantly more difficult and hence giving the consequences which are completely adverse to what Ruto wants in this saving economy. So to conclude, this particular agenda by President Ruto is not based on free market economics and is based on his personal emotive agenda, and I believe for those reasons as mentioned in this video, this one particular policy is very likely to fail. But that being said, he's the big man in office. I voted for him and I still give him my full trust, as maybe there's a bigger picture he doesn't see. So to see how this plays out, make sure to hit that subscribe and push bell notification button if you haven't done so already. And I'll leave a link down below to the article which I read that gave me the analysis and in-depth knowledge that I projected to you today, if you want to check that out. And leave a comment down below on any other topic you want me to talk about in regards to politics and this Kenyan sphere of news. A lot of great content is coming your way, but for now, as usual, peace.